5 niches for you to sell 3D prints and the models that sell really well within these niches. On today's video, I'm going to bring to you the models that the almost 20,000 commercial subscribers of STLFLIX sell the most. And the first one that I'll be talking about is a niche within a niche. We all know that home decor sells really well in the 3D printing space, but what we are going to be focusing today is wine holders. Wine holders are really special because oftentimes it's a single print that you can print on a single color that add a lot of value to the product that you are selling to. Wines typically cost a little bit more, so people are willing to pay a little bit more for wine holders. And this is why this is a great sub niche when we are talking about home decor. And to start, I want to talk a little bit about the octopus wine holder. And this model, it kind of mixes it up with the story of STLFLIX itself, because it was one of the first models that we did that really went viral, that a lot of people wanted to print, and especially our commercial subscribers. And since we have subscribers all over the world, we saw people from a lot of different locations being able to sell this particular model with a lot of profit. We've seen people selling this model for over 80 euros. So it's really something special, really something that you can try to sell with a lot of profit on top, since it doesn't cost nearly as much to manufacture, especially because you can manufacture all of those, as I said before, on a single color. But if you really want to get to the price of each one of the models that I'm showing you here, you can get the models at STLFLIX, but also I've made a video explaining to you how to calculate the cost and try to estimate a price for your models. And this video is on our YouTube channel, so you can go there and check it out by yourself. And talking about printing with a single color, 3D printing has a huge advantage because we do have the dual silk that transitions colors. And this is pretty much an effect that you can only achieve with 3D printing. So when you have a wine holder that can be sold in a lot of different formats, manufactured by a lot of different ways, when you have a 3D printer one that has the appeal of the dual color, you can increase the perceived value of that product and sell it for a higher price. But we also have a lot of other wine holders on our catalog, just like the serpent. We also have this panda, which is really cute and can blend really well with any home decor. And another model that I like to mention is the bear wine holder, that it mimics the wooden effect. And if you do a little bit of a dry brush on top of a brown filament, it gets this incredible feel that you're looking in these images, and does add a lot of value as well to the model, making you able to have more profit on this product. The second niche that we see a lot of people exploring is the gaming accessory niche. Well, I might be biased, but I really like this niche, and I think it's a great opportunity for those in 3D printing as well. And on the STLFLIX catalog, we have a bunch of models that go along these lines. And one of the first ones that we did that was also very successful is the zombie hand controller holder. It's a controller holder that has a lot of details that you can also sell it on a single color, but if you know how to paint, you are definitely going to have a great product in your hands. And one model that I don't have here in this desk, because whenever we print it, someone takes it home, is the alien controller holder. This model has a lot of details. It plays with the idea of you having 2 thumbs. How well would you play video games if you had 2 thumbs? And I saw a lot of people selling that model online. We also saw it on market fairs. It's a model that is very interesting, and it's also a model that doesn't take too long to print. If you wish to print it in multicolor, you can change the color based on the height, which is 1 color transition, and you still have the multicolor effect on a product that prints almost as fast as the single color model. And then we have a few other different models like headphone holders, which we have a bunch of those, and is together within the same gaming accessory environment, the same gaming accessory space where people usually have their accessories. We have some smaller ones with less materials. Less materials means that it's going to be faster for you to print, and perhaps you're not going to have to decrease the price so much in order to sell them. Something that we have been exploring recently is also the controller skins. We have them for the Xbox 360 and also for the PS5. These are fast prints, easy prints, and also they add a lot of style to the controller. So it's also a good accessory for you to sell. Another model that we have that is super interesting is this grenade controller holder that you can open up and store more controllers in it. It looks amazing, doesn't it? The third niche is RPG accessories. There are literally millions of RPG players in the world, and RPG gaming is much more than just miniatures, because there's a whole array of accessories that you can 3D print and you can also sell for that specific niche. So to start with the dice towers, they get very interesting 3D printed because you can have a very complex geometry, a very complex scenario where the dice is just part of this whole environment. So to get the example of what we have here on my table, we have this tower with the dragon on top, and you put the dice on the window and it goes down all the way onto the bottom of the model. And we have done that with several different dice towers. So dice towers is where we are able to express really artistically, but also have a very functional model that is very useful for those who game, because a lot of what happens in the RPG game happens with dice. So throwing dice is a regular activity, so dice towers are very useful, and having a cool dice tower that goes along the line of the story that you are telling within this RPG game has a lot of sense. So dice towers are really good models for you to sell, and you can also explore them with a single color with some very amazing silk filaments. They're going to be looking amazing, and if you have the painting skills, again, you can push the price of that model way up there. Another model that we have explored here at STLFLIX, they are easy to print, are the life counters. Life counters are super cool because you don't need to keep counting your life throughout the game. You can just leave it over there. It's going to be available for everybody to see. And it's also an accessory that can blend in with the story so much. And obviously, I still have to say about the miniatures. At STLFLIX, we have a wide array of miniatures from a lot of different styles of campaigns that you can check it out by yourself. Print it, you can sell it. I know it's very lucrative as well, especially if you know how to paint. But a lot of people like to purchase miniatures for them to paint as well. And miniatures, when they are injected in plastic, usually they look really bad. So 3D printed miniatures look way better than the ones that you find at a gaming store that are injection molded. And one niche that we cannot ignore is the cosplay. Cosplay items, when they're not done in 3D printing, they are extremely expensive. So if you manufacture those, like the helmets that I'm showing you here and this mask, you can sell it at a very high price as well. And when you sell products at a higher price, you need to sell less within the month to make pretty much the same revenue as you would if you were selling a lot of small models. So this is one opportunity that we have here when we are talking about the cosplay items. Now, talking about the cosplay items that we have inside STLFLIX, well, we have done a lot of different things. We went to Greece with these Spartan helmets. We have done a lot of Viking accessories as well. And we have done a lot of different models within the fantasy realm, like this dragon helmet that we have right here. More than that, we also have created an entire collection of collapsible swords. They're very interesting to look at, and also have the incredible surprise of the collapsible blade. And when we're talking about collapsible blades, we have spoken with a few subscribers that sell the majority of the items collapsible swords. Because the collapsible sword, when you are on a maker fair, is something that you can add a lot of effect to it. It draws attention to your booth, and then you are able to draw attention, bring them to your booth, and sell some of those. So it's also a lucrative item where we have an entire collection inside STLFLIX. And if you made it into this part of the video, what are you thinking about it? Comment down below which one of these niches do make sense for you, and which one of the models you have already estimated the price and think that this is actually a lucrative product. So the next niche is the customizables. The customizables are particularly interesting because you completely dissociate the value, how much it costs for you to print, to the actual final product, because it's very complicated for you to get to the solution that you actually have the name of the person, or like this little guy that we have, the Mini-Me collection, where you can customize the eyes, the head, the hair, all of that to symbolize the person you love, or just as a gift, someone that you wish to gift to. It's very hard to get in any other way than not 3D printing. So this is something that has a lot of value beyond just how much plastic you have extruded into this model. This is what we are looking at when we are looking at profitable items. So inside STLFLIX, we have a variety of different customizers, like this one that I really like, customizable scrapbook cover. We also have these mini articulators, like the one that I printed myself really big, that is articulated. It's a kind of like a bubble head. It has a very nice aesthetic to it. The whole thing is that you are able to customize, create yourself, and then print it just like how the person looks. Or you can print with your initials. The idea here is that you are able to customize and create a product that is one of a kind, that is going to be very appealing for the person who's purchasing from you. To give you an example of why these models are so successful, the Mini-Me collection, which is this one, has been our top 1 downloaded model for more than 30 days already. It's going strong. It does not ease up. We have 3 drops a week, and still this guy is the winner. So people really love customization. So regardless if you're doing the customization by yourself, or if you're using one of the STLFLIX customizers to create these products, creating a customization is really good, and it's a very big differentiator for 3D printing in general. So make sure to use that advantage. And now I have an extra niche for you. Okay, so I was going to make this script with 5 niches, but then I remembered as I was doing this video that we have talked with a subscriber here from Brazil that he pays the majority of his bills by selling this model right here, the Samurai Incense holder. Incense holders are really good because they have that effect of the smoke. There are a lot of special stores that do sell products related to wellness, related to meditation. These stores can be your customers as well. And we also have two different types of incenses here. We have the incense that is the backflow, the one that almost looks like a water that falls in, that drips into a fountain like in this guy. And we also have the sticks incense, which is the case for these two. Well, these are models that you can easily print in multicolor, perhaps give it a little wash. They will look amazing and they have a function that really stands out. And also the fact that you can sell to stores and also to your final customer helps you a lot to really put it out there. Again, inside STLFLIX, we have a huge catalog, both of the stick incense holder and also the backflow incense holder. On both of these categories, in my opinion, we have very interesting models that I definitely recommend you to check it out. There you go, 6 different niches that if you are a commercial subscriber of STLFLIX, you can start selling right away, especially because we do have the media kit, the videos, the images, the STLFLIX My Store, where you can create your own e-commerce that you can just plug it in and start selling all the items that I showed you in this video. And if you got interested, make sure to check STLFLIX.com, where we have our subscription. The subscription also gives you discount to STLFLIX filaments that are the same filaments that we use on the models that we print and the models that you have the photos to really promote your stores, the products that you are selling, and all of that. Hope you enjoyed it. Please leave in the comments below what do you think about these niches, if you think that they are profitable or not, and how would you go about tackling, and which one of these products you would pick to put in your store as well. All right, as always, I'll see you in the next one, and happy printing.